But they put the word on it. Like Affordable Care Act or the DREAM Act. We want kids to dream. Oh, my goodness. Our future is a country run by somebody like Jerry Brown. Totally sickening if we don't turn this around. There's an article up on Infowars.com. Very important article. Study links depression, anxiety, and lethargy to vitamin B12 deficiency. Vitamin B12, not SSRIs, brought suicidal woman back to stable mental state. A suicidal 52-year-old woman suffering from severe depression, anxiety, lethargy, and catatonia, I guess is the word, did not vastly improve until doctors diagnosed her with a vitamin B12 deficiency, which normally they don't do a blood test. Now doctors are going, you know what? I'm not going to listen to the pharmaceutical company or Obamacare guidelines. We're going to do a blood test. According to a little-known study, the woman who also suffered from disturbances such as hearing, her name called out, was teetering and was treated with antipsychotic and antidepressant medications for months with little effect. But once doctors began treating her with B12, she reverted to a stable mental state she hadn't experienced for 14 years. And then it goes through the study, and we have links to it in the article up on Infowars.com. A lot of the B12 available on store shelves consists of the former two types. We break it down, stated in the combination of the latter two. Anyways, going over the study, it's linked up on Infowars.com. We have sold out, basically, of Secret 12. But it looks like we're going to get the next shipment in. It's basically complete now. It's being labeled. And then they have to test one more time, though it's been tested twice, that batch. And then it will be shipped out probably Friday. It'll probably be here next Tuesday. So I'm not going to take it down. We're going to say that expect that it will ship within 2 weeks, though. It'll probably ship next week. But what's coming in is only half of what we already sold. So again, we have enough to cover the orders now. I just went and checked during the last break. But if we can go a couple more days at this rate, and then we'll be completely sold out, unfortunately, for 2014 of Secret 12, this proprietary form of two different types of organic vitamin B12. 80% of it is the methylcobalamin, that is the type that you inject. And from the research we've done, it has much higher absorption rates than other even organic sublingual vitamin B12 compounds. And I mix it in with water every day, 3 times a day, couple squirts of my Super Male Vitality, my Survival Shield X2 nascent iodine, and sometimes with colloidal silver. I do that a few times a week just to bolster, because it's the season for all the super resistant bacteria and viruses and the rest of it. So that's what I'm personally doing. We've been sold out of Silver Bullet for 6 weeks. Silver Bullet, our proprietary, what we believe is the best colloidal silver, nano-sized particles out there, and very affordable as well. We private label out of the biggest manufacturer in the country that supplies Whole Foods and others. They sell it for about $10 more than what we sell the exact same bottle labeled Silver Bullet. And we are going to have some of that in. In fact, some already came in, but I'm not going to start selling it until there's enough in to at least have it for a week or so. So we are going to sell out of Secret 12, InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. And the win-win is you're getting a really high-quality nutraceutical, but you're also funding this operation so I can send you Kari Jackson and Joe Biggs for a week up to Ferguson to cover it, so I can send reporters to Copenhagen to cover Bilderberg, or to London, or to Greece, or to Switzerland, or to Virginia, so I can send reporters to the border. And if you continue to fund us and buy the high-quality products, the water filters, the T-shirts, the books, the videos, I'm going to hire 3 or 4 more reporters, and I'm going to hire 3 or 4 more writers. And then just because I can't handle the management and also trying to accelerate and make the money, I think we're going to try to stop growing at that point. And then move in later to maybe having reporters that are part-time in 10 locations or something around the country that we can activate and pay to, but have guidelines and train them. And vet them and, everything. There's a lot of mainstream reporters that are out of jobs or whatever. We might hire some of them as well, but we like grassroots folks. so we can have people on the ground within an hour or two of any location in this country. And they'll be pitching us ideas every day to be activated. I mean, I got a lot of ideas. I got to launch the show on cable and TV. It's just already dominating on the internet, the nightly news. But it is your funding, Field of Dreams. We build it. You come to the stadium. But it's not a stadium because you come, you're in the fight. You're in the info war. You're funding the rocket fuel in the missile that we're firing at the globalist. I mean, you're there. And I commit to you to go in 110% against the enemy, to not be cowardly, to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God, and to commit. I commit that you've backed us, you've believed in us, and I'm going to get in the gladiatorial arena, and I'm going to 110% focus on taking the enemy out politically. I am going to savagely attack them with every ounce of truth, energy I've got. I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to submit. I'm going to just go in, through, and beyond. I'm going to run them over. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. I'm going to give the number out when we come back. We'll start taking calls next hour. Stay with us.
This hour brought to you by InfidelBodyArmor.com. When it hits the fan, don't be left without the body armor that will save your life. With prices starting at just $374.99 and ships free. Get yours at InfidelBodyArmor.com. Just won't quit.
Hi, Ted Anderson with Midas Resources. Is it time to convert paper 401ks and IRAs to solid gold and silver yet? Get our 10 Reasons book free. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
The lining of your lungs is supposed to be protected with glutathione to neutralize incoming irritants. In the absence of enough glutathione, your lungs are more prone to irritation. Listen to the real-world results of one man using a powerful glutathione-supporting food.
Hi, my name is Bill O'Brien. I generally suffer through an asthmatic breathing type situation. My breathing is shallow and generally constricted in the nose and lungs. After consuming One World Way today, I have tremendous energy, and also notice my breathing is free. I can feel the air in my left nostril, and it is free all the way to my abdomen, which is pretty remarkable because I rarely get that feeling. Being a singer, I love feeling this unrestricted voice. The only thing new I've actually added to my routine is One World Way. Wow.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldway.com. That's oneworld, WHEY.com.
Did you know by age 50, half of all men have an enlarged prostate? This means more urges to urinate, longer bathroom trips, waking at night to urinate, or issues with sex. If this sounds familiar, call us now, because we're shipping free bottles of Super Beta Prostate to listeners of this station. Super Beta Prostate is a non-prescription formula guaranteed to reduce the symptoms of your enlarged prostate. It's yours free. Pay only shipping and handling. Just call 1-800-852-1820. In clinical trials, the ingredient in Super Beta Prostate was shown to reduce urges to urinate, improve bladder emptying, reduce waking at night to urinate, and improve quality of life. This Super Beta Prostate free offer is for listeners of this station, but it won't last. Don't wait. Just call 1-800-852-1820. That's 1-800-852-1820. Call 1-800-852-1820.
All right, folks, Alex Jones here, back live. The toll-free number to discuss any of these issues we've thrown out today, I'd love to hear from all of you, is 800-259-9231, 800-259-9231. All I ask is you have a good telephone. Now, I took about 20 calls yesterday, so I'm getting good at going to calls. After 20 years, I was actually good at it day one, but got bad at it over time. The toll-free number is 800-259-9231. We will go to your phone calls. Pat Sajak says Gruber demonstrates left's elitism. Gruber said what politicians think about the American people. Gruber has shined a light on the disdain many self-proclaimed champions of the little people, that's the left, have for those people. He tweeted that. We're going to tweet back at him saying he's absolutely right. School teaches kids the government gives us rights. We're going to get into that article. A Navy vet labeled a terrorist for posting images of DHS vehicles in Missouri loses his job. Georgia National Guard buys riot gear as Brown verdict looms. Study links depression, anxiety, lethargy, and vitamin B12 deficiency. Ron Paul, internet gambling ban, a losing bet for the rest of us. Yeah, government just wants to run it. If you want to be an idiot and gamble, that's your problem. Obama met with Ferguson activists, said he's concerned they stay on course. And then we've got a report that all hell's going to break loose in Ferguson with gun sales tripling, up 300%. That's all up on Infowars.com. Also want to talk with listeners about the flashback. Obama, in his own book and his own audiobook, saying open borders and all these illegals hurt America, hurt jobs, and hurt the social safety net weighing down the country till it collapses. I want your take on that as well. 800-259-9231. But this Navy vet that got fired for daring to show all the DHS vehicles massing, see, a citizen being a journalist is illegal in America. That's the big enemy. Because if you ever start doing that and become your own intelligence network, we don't need the system anymore, and then they can't lie to us about the real Obama cases, Ebola cases. They can't cover all this stuff up. So that's just some of the news that we're going to be breaking down on that front. I also want to get into the economy, what's happening with Russia. Saudi prince paid for 9/11 pilots to learn to fly. That's in the Daily Mail. That is just some of what we're going to be breaking down. Bloomberg reports U.S. Navy deploys first laser weapon in the Persian Gulf. They've deployed on a command ship in the Persian Gulf the first ever laser weapon capable of destroying a target. The amphibious transport ship, the USS Pounce, has been patrolling with a prototype 30-kilowatt class laser weapon system since late August, according to officials. The laser is mounted facing the bow and can be fired in several modes, from dazzling warning flashes to a destructive beam, and can set a drone or small boat on fire. Yeah, we've shown video of that before. Pretty interesting. Since 2011, the Navy has boosted its presence in the Persian Gulf. Then it gets into testing the weapon, all extremely interesting, obviously, and that's Tinker Toys compared to what they're really facing. Islamic State, the globalist-run CIA front, is now threatening to kill Lebanese soldiers, and they're expanding their attack. It's now being reported there are at least 200,000 IS soldiers, which I told you a long time ago, because that's the number of al-Qaeda operatives that are in the so-called Syrian Liberation Army. That's over 90% al-Qaeda. So all just an attempt to divert and distract the public. That is coming up in the second hour as well. The phone lines are loaded, but when you hear someone hang up, that's your chance to call 800-259-9231. An hour of calls. Our reporters will also join us from Ferguson briefly as they file special reports live on the ground. I'm Alex Jones.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Another major health threat, this one in Toledo, Ohio, where everybody in the entire city has been told not to drink the water.
Ohio's governor declaring a state of emergency.
Did you know that the average person uses about 80 to 100 gallons of water at home every single day? If there's a water emergency, will you be prepared?
Panicked residents forming long lines throughout the day.
We're here at a supermarket in Toledo. You can see the shelves empty where water once was.
To stay safe and healthy during a crisis, you must must have access to safe, clean water. Water which will not be available at your local grocery store.
There's a mad dash on right now to stock up on supplies.
The ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system is a must-have for every modern, independently minded household. Protect your family's safety during an emergency. Go to InfoWarsStore.com today to purchase your ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system or call 1-888-253-3139.